Hello, my name is DeLozier, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate in Oklahoma, full term, for 2014. And just continuing in my video series, I'm trying to get myself out there, allow people to find out more about me. And today I just want to talk about the number one. Now, number one, not really something we think about all that often, designates the best, first place in something, or it also designates a very small amount, being the lowest number other than zero or a fraction. Well, I want to bring to your attention one particular interesting tidbit about the government we now have, and that is that in the last 6 years, pretty much one person has managed to do a lot of damage to this country. Just one. Now, in our current governmental system, we have 435 representatives, we have 100 senators, we have 9 judges on the Supreme Court, and we have 1 president. And yet one of those has managed to give us Obamacare, weak foreign policy, has bungled Fast and Furious, Benghazi, the economy, you name it, it's happened. Just one person. Now, obviously, this one particular individual can't be responsible for all of it. Can he? Well, maybe he can. You see, what we have right now is we have a president who has an agenda. And we have a very weak Republican Party. And we have a very vocal, not strong, just vocal, Democrat Party. So, where are the champions for the people? I mean, who's really looking out for you? We hear that, well, things are going to change. We're going to start fighting this time, or that time, or this other time. And yet nothing gets done. Well, that was part of the reason why I wanted to run. Nothing's being done, so I have to take it upon myself to try to do something. Now, just because I'm the little guy in a big pond doesn't mean I can't do something. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, you're doing something. Think about it. In the next election, not this one, but the one in 2016, you could potentially vote for a 6-year term senator, a few 2-year term representatives, state and federal, as well as maybe a few other local races and the President of the United States. So let's just estimate you might be able to vote for upwards of 10 different people on the ballot. Now, for those 6 years, actually for just 2 years, you're going to have those representatives representing you for approximately 17,500 hours. And that's just in 2 years. And you don't want to take 1 hour to learn about the issues for every candidate that is on the ballot that you are going to be impacting their ability to make laws, make judgment calls, and put policies in place that directly impact you. Why not even 2 hours? Because here's the question you have to ask yourself. At what point in the big government fiasco that we have, do you ask yourself, what is it worth to me for me to be involved and to be knowledgeable about the issues so I make the best decision for myself and my family and the future of this country? Now, I don't want to make it sound like it's all doom and gloom, and I personally believe that no matter what happens, the will of the people will eventually come to fruition. Because on a whole, I believe in the goodness of people. And when given the right choice, or even the wrong choice, people tend to do the right thing. Now, do people make mistakes? Absolutely. But just give them almost any position, and they'll make a good, humane conclusion. I mean, if you look for the bad in people, you're going to find it. And I didn't say that. That's just paraphrasing a quote from Abraham Lincoln. But I'm an optimist to a fault. It's hard for me to dwell on the negative because I'm always looking at the positive. And even though the positive may be hard to get to or just out of reach, it's not unattainable. And so, even though we may have things that may look bad now, and even the last 10 years or the last 20 years or however long we want to say these things have been bad. I mean, if you want to go back to the Great Depression, fine. But we've had our ups and we've had our downs. And America has not been down for the count ever. And it won't be, in my opinion. That's just how much I believe in America. I believe in the people that make America great. It's just that at some point I think things need to change. And we have to be the agents of those changes. And that's all I would say, is just be encouraged. You know, things may be down now. And things may not be going how certain people want them to go, or how other people want them to go, or whoever. But they can change is the point. And no matter how things are now, the future's not set in stone. And until it happens, it never will be. So we can make conclusions about what we think will happen, and we can put forth theories about this, that, and the other. But America is great not just because of its people, but because those people make good decisions. So despite what's happening with our freedoms, our government, and the world, America's more than what she may be right now. So I would just encourage you to look forward to the day that America once again gains its great stature that it's had in the past, even though right now it may not have that. So be encouraged, support each other, and do your best to elect individuals that will support you and support the country and fight for your freedoms. America's not down. America can and will be great again. That much I know. And we can make it happen.